Welcome to this week's Race Room. Coming up on today's show, we're looking back at the very exciting British Grand Prix at Silverstone. We're also reviewing the 2009 Singapore Grand Prix, and we've got lots of signed goodies to give away. So the news, and what an exciting British Grand Prix we had at the weekend. It was filled with royalty, we had the red arrows, and we had some very close wheel-to-wheel racing from Fernando Alonso and Sebastian Vettel. So what happened in the race? Well, it got off okay to a good start, but as they came round onto the Wellington Straight, Kimi Raikkonen had too much speed, went off the track, and as he rejoined, he clipped a curb, which then sent him flying into a wall. He managed to collect Felipe Massa. No surprises there, his unlucky streak continues. As you can see there, his rear left tyre absolutely shredded. It meant that Massa had to retire, and the race was actually red flagged while they repaired the guardrail that Kimi Raikkonen had smashed into. The race was red flagged for almost an hour. So when they finally got going, it was Nico Rosberg, the pole sitter, who powered away from the rest of the field behind the safety car, in front of Jenson Button there in second, wearing his special pink helmet for the Silverstone weekend in tribute to his father. Behind him, Kevin Magnussen, and Lewis Hamilton already up to fourth from sixth after that disastrous qualifying session for him. Back down the field after 10 laps, we had a bit of contact between Esteban Gutierrez in the Sauber and Pastor Maldonado for Lotus. Very reminiscent of Bahrain. Look there, Pastor Maldonado getting some air. Of course, in Bahrain it was Esteban Gutierrez that flipped his car. This time Pastor Maldonado taking a little adventure across the track, and there you can see him joining the track again over the curb. He managed to continue, but it was Esteban Gutierrez that had to retire, so not a great race for him. Meanwhile, back at the front, it was Lewis Hamilton that crossed the line first. Now, surprising, seeing as I just told you Nico Rosberg was ahead at the start, but Nico Rosberg had to retire with a gearbox failure. Not ideal for him. His first DNF of the season, allowing Lewis Hamilton to take the victory at home. What a happy bunch of campers we got there. The Mercedes team having a great time celebrating that win. Nico Rosberg kind of grinning and bearing it, but for Lewis Hamilton to do it in front of his home fans, look at that, him up over the grate there, talking to all his fans and waving and making the most of the atmosphere. I have to say it was absolutely incredible. Apologies for that noise, that's the builders next door. Thought we'd add a little soundtrack to Race Room for you this week. Very, very nice. So that was the British Grand Prix. What an incredible weekend. Amazing fans. So many people, as you can see in the pit lane there, and what weather it held out eventually after the rain on the Saturday. Now, don't forget, Singapore Grand Prix is coming up, September, not long away now. Make sure you get your tickets. Go to www.singaporegp.sg/tickets. Right now though, it's Mark Priestley, aka F1 Elvis, talking you through the 2009 Singapore Grand Prix.
So 2009 saw the second running of the Singapore Grand Prix, Formula One's night race. And after such a successful event in 2008, everybody involved in the sport was really looking forward to it. The event went very, very well, as again it did in 2008. And this time, Lewis Hamilton dominated the entire weekend from start to finish. Qualifying on Saturday, he put it on pole position, and in a race dominated by crashes and pit lane incidents and this tight, confined spaces in the pit lane, he emerged victorious again. He won the race in dominant fashion. Sebastian Vettel, who finished the race in fourth position, was challenging for the lead at the time, but was caught out by speeding in the pit lane. It's a very tight pit lane in Singapore, and he got caught out by crossing the line too fast, which demoted him to fourth position. Of course, in 2009, he went on to be world champion, but on that day, it was all about Lewis Hamilton.
So a great recap of the 2009 Singapore Grand Prix for you there. Were you at the Singapore Grand Prix in 2009? If you were, why not comment below and tell us your favourite memory, or send us a picture that we can include in next week's Race Room. Of course, also keep an eye on pole position, because we're going to be giving away merchandise from the Singapore Grand Prix over the next couple of months, so you don't want to miss that. So what the camera's seen, we've had lots of lovely people sending us in pictures. This is from Jim Stewart. He's with a lovely friend, maybe a girlfriend or a wife, in Silverstone, near the pit lane, taking a selfie. Look, blue sky. You wouldn't believe it was the British Grand Prix, would you? Thank you very much, Jim, for sending that in. And the next one we've had is from Adam Morris there. They're in their pink t-shirts, the ones that were specially on sale for John Button that Jenson was encouraging everyone to wear. I think they look great. Love your photo. Thank you very much. The next one's from Lee Andrews, a picture of the caterum there. Very cool access all you guys are getting. I like that a lot. And again, from Adam Morris, a little selfie there, because that's a really good drill. I think that's a really strong drilling sound. It would be rude not to take a photo of the selfie, a selfie on the grid there. Look at that, the wing behind, looking great. An avid Mercedes supporter as well, looks like. And again, same from Adam Morris again, picture of the pit straight. Look at that, so busy on race day and lots going on with the, looks like street cleaners, doesn't it? So if you want to have your picture featured on next week's race room in What the Camera's Seen, send it to media@polepositionp1.com. Right, so people like Adam Morris, who sent in the picture, who is an avid Mercedes fan, might want to keep an eye on the channel and comment below. Tell us which pole position video is your favourite and why, and you could win the Nico Rosberg Mercedes AMG Petronas team jacket, signed by Nico. You definitely want it, so get commenting below. Also, Danny Juncadella has given us footballs to give away. So if you would like to make a prediction about the World Cup final, why not comment below, tell us who you think is going to be in it, who is going to score, what the final score is going to be, all that kind of stuff, and we'll send you them. I've got 3 footballs to give away, 2 Spanish ones and 1 English one, signed by Danny himself. So get commenting, get involved. I want you to win these awesome footballs. So tweets of the week, what have we got this week? Jenny Gowles tweeted saying, no wonder my little legs ache today. Think I've walked 23 miles over Silverstone weekend. Lazy day today. And there you can see, look at that. Unbelievable, the amount of steps. She thinks she did 23 miles. That's incredible. You do see her running around the paddock with all her microphones and her radio packs. Some serious work. So yes, Jenny, you can have a lazy day. Perhaps a little cup of tea and a biscuit or something. Next tweet, Santander update their advertisements even. Grand Prix Diary have tweeted that. Yeah, that was all about the Lewis Hamilton comment with the podium with the trophy, saying we've got great rates for savers and borrowers with mortgages tailored for your needs. However, for Christ's sake, just don't ask us to make any sodding trophies. We simply can't cope with another public humiliation like that again. Yeah, not great to have Lewis Hamilton, the most marketable athlete in the world, saying that your trophy's not that great and worth, I think he said it was a tenner. So yeah, not good for Santander, but quite good fun to see a human side to the races. And WTF1.co.uk have tweeted this, sad violin for Susie Wolff. What a shocker, poor her. She was doing FP1 for the first time for Williams and she had to stop because of an oil pressure problem. Not great for her. I don't know what could have been. Who knows what the potential was for her in FP1, but very unfortunate for her. So we'll have to look out for her the next time that she's out in a Williams for FP1. And this from Craig Scarborough, hanging on the wall is a 2010 RB6 beats a water feature. Yeah, look at that. That's awesome. Can you imagine just having an F1 car on the side of your wall at home? Love that. I think Craig's at the Red Bull headquarters in Milton Keynes today, so taking lots of little snaps. Quite like that. Might get one myself. So what's coming up this week? Well, we've got 2 days testing at Silverstone. The F1 teams are still there. Jules Bianchi is going to be driving instead of Kimi Raikkonen because Raikkonen went through 47G on the weekend with his crash. He's going to be sitting it out. Pedro de la Rosa is also testing for Ferrari, while Fernando Alonso is back in the factory doing some cross-data checks. So lots of testing going on at Silverstone. Keep an eye on the channel and of course on our Twitter account to follow what's going on there. This weekend, it's MotoGP out in Germany. Can Marc Marquez do it again? Keep an eye on the channel as well because we'll be following the MotoGP very closely and we've got some exclusive Repsol Honda content for you this weekend. We'll see you next week for more Race Room.
I take you to the candy shop. I let you